Hello and welcome to Sports This Morning. I'm Cecilia Omogbe.
I am Tayo Salah. Many thanks for joining us again. This is what the show looks like. Of course, we still have more updates on Nigeria's representatives at the Basketball Africa League in Kigali. We're here to tell you that River Supers have now arrived in that city and they're ready to go and ready to tip off on May the 16th for the inaugural edition of the competition.
They can't wait to tip off. They arrived at 12 a.m. this morning. Also on the program, yes, Manchester City and PSG. City hosting PSG tonight is Advantage City. And for Pep Guardiola, he's staying focused on the game. He's not thinking about the side to the end, but he just wants to win this one, get it over and be in the final.
Of course, they're not in the final just yet. So it's a very sensible thing to do for Pep Guardiola. But I think, Cecilia, we're in for a very fantastic match because 2-1 down. PSG know they need to score 2 goals to advance. 2 goals without conceding any. So we're in for a potentially mouth-watering encounter. Also, on the show this time around, let's go to the NBA where this guy, big smile on his face, of course, Russell Westbrook recorded the rare feat yesterday, early this morning, by becoming the first player in NBA history to record multiple 24 assists and 20 rebounds, triple-double.
We're just trying to, how do we put it together? It's big, that's why we call it a rare feat, because who has done that before? He has Magic Johnson, Rayo Rondo, they're on 4, but he has done 5.
It's incredible what this guy is doing now. We know he's a very good player, but Russell Westbrook, take it about wherever you are this morning. It's remarkable.
He's no longer hugging the ball. You know, we're starting off with the NBA as usual this morning. So Russell Westbrook, a rare feat for him. But first, take a look at the results of the night before we talk about Russell Westbrook and what he achieved early hours of this morning.
Absolutely. Let's start with, there you go, 8 games played last night and early this morning. The Magic against the Pistons ended 119 to 112 in favor of Orlando. It was Mo Bamba with 22 points and 15 rebounds in that game. Elsewhere, like we said, the Wizards defeated the Indiana Pacers 154 to 141. That was the game. Russell Westbrook made history. We'll come back to that game shortly. Let's move on to the Warriors and the Pelicans. Ended 123 to 108 in favor of the Golden State Warriors. Steph Curry, 41 points on the night. The Blazers and the Hawks ended 123 to 114 in favor of Atlanta. Danilo Gallinari making 7 3-pointers on his way to 28 points in that victory. Must be said, right? Let's go on to the Bulls and the 76ers now. It was Tobias Harris scoring 21 points. Seth Curry scoring 20 to lead the Philadelphia 76ers to a 106-94 victory over the Chicago Bulls. That's a 5th straight win. All right, the Knicks still going great guns in the Eastern Conference. 118 to 104 over the Memphis Grizzlies. Julius Randle, 28 points. Derrick Rose, 25 on the night for the Knicks. They've now won 12 in 13 games.
Great
one. Incredible form by New York. Exciting times for basketball as well, too, in that city. The Big Apple. The Jazz and the Suns and the Spurs, rather, 110 to 99 in favor of the Jazz. It was a cruise for Utah in that game. And last but not the least, Cecilia, surprise result of the night, because I'd already written an L for the Lakers in this game.
I thought it was going to be 4 in a row.
Exactly. But somehow, Anthony Davis took over in the final minutes of the game, finished with 25 points, and the short-handed Lakers without LeBron James and Dennis Schroeder were able to defeat high-flying Denver Nuggets 93-89.
It was a crucial win for them because they had to move back to 5th in the Western Conference. They needed this game because I was afraid that they would have dropped to 7th. And once you drop to 7th, you're looking at
you're doing
playing
the
in the plane. I mean, LeBron James already said whoever came up with that should be fired.
Yeah. Of course, LeBron doesn't want to do no playing
again.
again.
Want to do that. He wasn't in this game, but AD didn't also don't want to play in the playing tournament, so they needed extra. With Dennis Schroeder out, it's going to be up to 14 days or thereabouts because of the
health and safety protocol.
And LeBron, we don't know how they're going to manage him. But these guys needs to be in the playoff so they don't get to the tournament that they don't even like.
All right, then.
Okay, the
You've
game
seen
of
pictures
the night.
already
Yes.
from the Wizards and the Pacers. Like
Wild West.
Yeah. All about Westbrook. You can say that again. Russell Westbrook, 14 points to go along with a career high, 21 rebounds, and career tying 24 assists for the Wizards in a 154-141 victory over the Pacers. And that win is so important because they've now moved closer to Indiana in the Eastern Conference in terms of trying to qualify for the post-season. For Russell, he's a league-leading 32nd triple-double of the season. He has 178 triple-doubles in total, 3 short of Oscar Robertson's record with 7 games remaining. So it's safe to say that record might be gone before the season is even over.
That's what it's looking like.
How remarkable this guy is. I know he gets a lot of stick for being a ball hog and not being selfish and all of that, but doesn't take anything away from
his brilliance.
His brilliance, his achievement as a point guard. And I'd like to see Russell do more of this, especially in the playoffs, because that's where he gets a lot of his criticisms.
Can he get to the playoffs first?
Yeah, I mean, they're looking good. They're in contention considering how they started the season, for a long period.
And they're from the East, so it's easier.
Exactly.
In the East. Okay, let's listen to the man of the moment talking about this rare feat that he achieved.
I am very grateful and thankful and to be able to go out and compete and have my input on the game. And each night I try to figure out ways to be able to impact winning and impact my team. And tonight was one of those nights where certain things are rolling, guys are rolling, and my job is to be able to find them. And as a point guard and as playing this position, you got to be able to make somebody around you better. And I feel like I take a lot of pride and effort and energy and time and watching film and to be able to make others around me better.
All right, that's what is important, making everyone around him better. And that's really working so well for them. Bradley Beal is also there. So we'll be happy if Washington Wizards can make the playoff. And of course, Tayo mentioned earlier, he should replicate what he's doing right now in the postseason. Then everyone will be happy for him. And the criticism will definitely stop. Tayo, the top guys who put up some numbers on the night.
Right, of course, led by Russell himself, 14 points. Didn't shoot a lot on the day. Decided to be a proper playmaker, and that's why he ended up with 24 assists and 21 rebounds. Take it by wherever you are, Russell Westbrook. Let's move on to Steph Curry, 41, 4, and 8 on the night for the Golden State Warriors in their own victory as well. Also making the shot list is Domantas Sabonis of Indiana Pacers. Unfortunately, ended up on the losing side. 32, 19 rebounds and 9 assists. What a monster night for that player right there. Of
MVP.
Course, the Joker MVP front runner, 32, 9, and 5 on the night.
Okay, we'll leave it at that for the NBA. Still staying with basketball, but this time around we're talking about Basketball Africa League. Rivers Hoopers, they've landed in Kigali, and really, we're happy for these guys. Left the shores of the country in the afternoon, arrived at 12 a.m. this morning. And of course, the protocol, they will be quarantined for 4-day quarantine. They will have to, undergo that. Then from tomorrow, will be transferred from that transfer from the 24-hour quarantine hotel to a bubble hotel and continue in-room quarantine before the team can engage in training. Yeah, so the whole process.
Yeah, it's a very robust one for obvious reasons, and we're just glad that this competition is going to tip off eventually after the postponement of last year. That's what we're really bothered about. Of course, we caught up with some of their players speaking on their chances. Let's put it that way, considering everything that has been going, wrong with basketball in Nigeria. Benjamin Ikechukwu is speaking on the chances of Rivers Hoopers at the Basketball Africa League.
It's a sad situation in the Nigeria basketball fraternity because there hasn't been a league for the elite players for some time now. And truth be told, it's going to have its effect on us, but we're hoping to bring out the doggedness of that Nigerian spirit and, just do what we have to do to compete. But I don't think we stand the same position with other players that have been playing their league games and other games. But we're hoping to go there and compete and do well and do our club, our state, and of course our nation proud.
Yeah, despite all that is going on, I mean, the lights, we're waiting and anticipating for...
But it's put everything in context. The issues, you cannot run away from it. You haven't played basketball for a long time. Now you're going to compete against the
best
clubs,
in Africa.
The best in Africa, the guys that have been playing, and it's just been very realistic in terms of the chances. But like every Nigerian would always say, there will be... they'll dig in deep, try to be dogged. Yeah. The Nigerian dogged spirit perhaps will help the club, do
better.
Fairly okay. Fairly.
Just go there and compete. That's what once you compete, somehow you can get something, not just participate.
Exactly.
Yes, we'll be talking tennis at home. We have a star that will be joining us. Well, before she will join us, you have to see, what she's done, especially at the Lagos Open. The last time we had that event in 2019. We're not three in the studio, right? We talked about the star that will be joining us in the studio, Barakat Accord. It's good to have you join us. How have you been?
I've been great, thank you.
It's great to. I mean, the last time we spoke was via Zoom, right?
Yeah.
During the quarantine, the height of the pandemic, when you would have loved to be here, but you just couldn't, Yeah. And then we were thinking the Sport Festival was going to hold. We're just there was a whole lot on how you were, trying to, keep a sane mind, so to speak, physically and mentally, because of the whole situation.
So how's it been since then? I remember you planned on playing, going fully professional, pretty much. That was our last conversation. How's it been since then? I know a lot has changed because the pandemic is still out there, and it's still a struggle for a lot of sports stars.
I went back to Morocco, which is where I live, in January after that talk. And so I started preparing for a lot of tournaments. But because of the pandemic, I could not attend most of them. And like I said, I was planning on fully transitioning this year. So I just made some steps about that. So I went to Tunisia to play my first pro tournaments since like 1 year or something.
Interesting, that's great.
It wasn't bad, it was great. And that's why I'm back here to actually prepare for the next set of tournaments. But I'm actually taking it step by step, and I'm really excited right now compared to the last time we spoke.
Yeah, I know. I know that feeling because we're like really downcast. Because you have so many plans. I mean, so many things you wanted to do. But it's a good thing you played your professional tennis, and it was really exciting for you. So, what are the other tournaments you intend to play? For this year?
Right now, I'm intending to play some pro titles again. But then the main thing right now for me is to play also in the Fed Cup for Nigeria next month, hopefully. And to also play a few junior tournaments because I intend to play one junior Grand Slam this year, at least, if it holds, because Australian Open got cancelled. At that time, I started the year top 100 in the world, so I was going to play Australian Open, but it got cancelled. So then now I'm looking forward to other tournaments.
Let's go back to your debut, your professional. That was in Tunisia, right?
Yeah.
Tell us about that country. What was it like, the experience? How different is it playing on the ITF circuits and now playing, a big one like that?
Honestly, going to Tunisia, I was more excited about playing because it was like my first tournament since 1 year. It's different. It's not juniors. I've won numerous titles in the juniors category, so I don't know how tough it is being there and traveling there without a coach or something. So it was really tough for me. I won some matches and I also lost some matches, some painful loss, but I was really proud of myself. So I didn't really take so much negative stuff from there.
So why did you travel without a coach? Was there a problem without the tempo? What happened?
It was a problem with my schedule, actually. And at this point in time, I really have to fix some stuff with my technical team. Like I said, I live in Morocco for the past 5 years, something. But then I have to leave Morocco this year, normally, to pursue my professional career. And because of that, yes, I need to actually set up a technical team, which I haven't done yet. And that's why I had to travel alone.
Without the coach. Well, that must have been tough because sometimes you just need that backing, someone cheering you up, telling you stuff and every other thing. So you mentioned outside, the ones you talked about, the playing the Fed Cup for Nigeria. How is that going? And who are other players that will be taking part in this one? You sure?
So far, I don't know. I'm actually not feeling so positive about it at the moment because I haven't heard any plans so far made about it. But I'm currently in Nigeria, so looking forward to that tournament and to the other tournaments I'm planning to play. I always have like 2 different plans, so in case that doesn't work, I'm probably going to go back to Tunisia to play some more.
More on a professional tournament.
Yes.
It's getting interesting.
Okay, we need to go on a short break. We'll be back. Mo is still right here in the studio. Mo Barakat Akodri, she's still here in the studio. Number 1 ranked tennis player in Nigeria. Of course, the top ranked WTA tennis player in Nigeria. Yeah, Barakat, man, it's been a journey for you. I mean, people have been asking questions how you started, how it all started for you, why you had to go to Morocco, sponsored to Morocco, how are you coping with sponsorship? We know tennis is an elite sport and it can be very expensive when you don't have sponsors.
Yeah. I started playing tennis at Lagos Lawn Tennis Club. It's my club since I was young.
How old were you then?
4 years old.
4, yeah.
Wow.
Because my family is more like a tennis family. My dad plays tennis, and I have 2 older siblings that used to play tennis. So I just grew up going to the courts with them, and that's how I picked the interest, and so I started pretty early. And so I went to Morocco at the age of 12, because at that point in time, I was number 1 juniors in Nigeria, and I wasn't really getting so much competition here. So my dad preferred me going there, and there I really got competition. I grew as a player and as a person also. And like you said, tennis is a very expensive sport. I've had numerous sponsors so far. It's not been something from one man or something. I've had numerous sponsors. I've been trying to...
Nigerian sponsors?
Yeah, I've been trying to make it work, and so far it's been amazing. It's been amazing so far.
So far, amazing indeed. You started 4 years old. You're 18 now. You clocked 18 a couple of days ago, or 3 days ago. How would you rate your progress, since then? Are you satisfied with where you are in the sport, considering that your peers, I mean, Coco Golf, Eagle Strike Tech, all these ladies, similar age ranges, they're already playing, the senior Grand Slams. They're already very consistent on the WTA tour. Are you satisfied with where you are now, or do you feel you could be doing a lot better? Perhaps if you weren't born in Nigeria. what do you make of all of that? I'm just curious to know how you feel.
Actually, yes, I do. I do feel that way. It's just a different program there than it is here. I mean, considering here, we have 4 national tournaments for the seniors. 4 national tournaments. Coco at 14 played US Open, wild card. That's impossible for me because at 14, I was still playing juniors, trying to play juniors in Africa in most tournaments. So it's like we don't get enough chances, and I'm talking mainly about Africa right now. There ain't enough tournaments to play. We don't get enough sponsors. I was in Morocco, so it's more like I had to follow a specific program with other players there, and we just had to play a lot of tournaments in Africa. But Coco, at 14, had wildcard into numerous tournaments. So I think it's a lot different, the program there and here. But when I think about being African and how much things I've achieved, I think I'm actually pretty happy about where I am today. Not satisfied, happy. Because a lot of things has also gone wrong. I wanted to be top 100 at the first half of the year, last year. Because of COVID, that didn't happen. I also had one gap year in my junior career. So I'm not exactly satisfied with where I am.
Top 100, that's for the WTA, right?
Juniors.
Right. For overall, WTA, are you in the top 1,000?
Yes, definitely.
Where are you?
900.
900. Not bad.
No, not bad at all.
Not bad, but of course she can still do better.
Are the sponsors really doing enough, when it comes to sponsoring, young athletes who want to go professional? Are they doing enough, you think so?
No, I don't think so. I think I am one of the lucky ones, actually. There are so many players in Nigeria. I will talk specifically about tennis, because Nigeria is known to actually pay so much attention to football, a lot more. And so tennis, we don't get enough attention. I've seen so many players actually gone derail because of that, because there are no sponsors. Some people don't have interest playing tournaments. When you only play 4 tournaments in 1 year, and the brands that actually sponsor those tournaments are the Central Bank of Nigeria, Rain Oil, Dala, and Vemp. When we have so many more private-owned companies here in Nigeria that can do a lot better for athletes generally. But I think they're not fully understanding the concept of sport, and everyone's just more focused on football than other sports.
Wow.
Interesting.
Hopefully, that's always a problem. I mean, especially for the lesser sports in quotes. Let's get back to you now. Hopefully, these guys are watching and they start doing the right things. Back to you. How would you describe your style of play? Because I tried to check it. I didn't see anything about how would you describe your style of play as a tennis professional?
It just changes technically. Sometimes I'm an all-court player, but then most times I'm an aggressive baseliner because I rarely go to the net. I just rely on my strokes from the baseline.
I've seen that a lot. Because I wanted to see pictures of you, train. I've seen that a lot. I've seen you at the Lagos Open most times, and that's really what you do. And somehow you're able to get your opponent, because I feel When you try to go aggressive, I don't know, somehow the rhythm, I really don't see much of the rhythm, but that baseline seems to be like a balance. Did you model, your style of play after anyone, or you just decided that this is, the best for me, depending on my opponent?
Actually, it's been something I had since I was young. I've always played this way. I've always tried to finish the point a lot quicker, because I really don't like spending so much time on the court.
Yeah,
so I prefer going aggressive, and that's why I prefer hard court to clay court also. So I don't know. Sometimes I had to match my game because the more I grew, it became tougher. So I had to be more consistent because I know that not everyone is going to become defensive with my attacking shots. And so those are just few things that I changed about my game.
Okay, interesting. I mean, we can go on and continue with this conversation because it's kind of interesting. I mean, because most people just want to know so much about you. They've heard about you, but they really want to know so much about you. But we don't have so much time to talk about all the things we want to talk about. Okay,
well, I mean, time is fast spent, and we will definitely bring her back when, let's say, just before you go and play.
Actually, I have one more thing to say. So right now I'm here. I'm number one in Nigeria. And I'm also here on behalf of so many other players in Nigeria. The club where I play in, there's so many ball boys and people who actually have so much talent and can do so much more. And so this is me being here, challenging private-owned companies to actually do something for these athletes.
Okay, do something. I mean, the message is clear. Just put your money where your mouth is. Thank you so much, Cody, for coming on the program. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I hope to see you on court soon. And I hope that the Nigeria Tennis Federation actually listening and maybe the Fed Cup we get to play that. I don't want to hear no money or anything. Well, thank you, girl.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, let's just enjoy some moments of how, some Madrid Masters highlight some players who have won their games. And after that, Michael Adeze will join us on the second segment of the show.
Yes, sir. Six, 3, 3, 6, 7, 6.
Yeah, welcome back. Yeah, of course, we have another guest in the studio. Adese Michael. She's here. It's been a while. We've not had you for a while. Good morning. It's good to have a sport journalist.
Yeah.
Good morning. How are you doing?
I'm well. I'm happy to be here as well.
I wanted to call you 4-in-1 or 3-in-1. I mean, you stations are many. You have cool, you have how many?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Nigerian info. Okay, the basic one is Nigerian info.
Yeah.
That works for me.
Exactly.
Thank you for coming.
Thank
All right, let's get with it. I mean, maybe you have something to say concerning Quadri, about her tennis and sponsorship and all quickly.
Well, I think I followed her a couple of months ago. She's good. She's a bright prospect. And if you look at what's going on in the world of tennis, you realize that the black ladies in quotes are actually, dominating. So at the age of 18, I think it's high time we saw her announce herself properly to the world. So, and for sure, we here in Nigeria, the media people will be out there to back her and make sure that she's in the limelight, competing with maybe the rest of the likes of what's her name now, Osaka and Coco Gauff. So I think she's great. She's great. She's got the potential.
It's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, it's all there. A lot of pressure. Yeah, put pressure now. No pressure.
No pressure.
No pressure.
It's all good.
All right, let's get on with this. Talking about the visit of Argentina ambassador to the Nigerian Football Federation office that happened yesterday in Abuja. And of course, it's all about strengthening the ties between Argentina and Nigeria in terms of football. Talking about Alejandro Herrero, he was with the Nigerian Football Federation, in a way how they can try as much as possible to have stronger ties with Nigeria when it comes to football. But let's just listen to NFF President Amaju Pinnick and Herrero talking about these ties they intend to have and how they want to work hand in hand to ensure football is great in both countries.
And moving forward, we want to foster a very wonderful, very cordial relationship with Argentina. And your football gain experiences, where we can visit some of your training centers. We can also invite them to come and see what we are doing, Like I said, moving forward, we want to foster a very strong tie and relationship with Argentina.
I'm very happy to have to be here. Really, that's one of the first things that I wanted to visit since I arrived to Nigeria was the Nigeria Football Federation, because we have been rivals. We compete. We play against each other many times, and we know each other as a football fans all over the world. So it was one of the most important things that I wanted to see with my eyes is how the Nigeria is organizing its football. And of course, we are here just to strengthen our links, and in order to offer you, to offer the federation, to offer the national league, whatever you need, whatever you want as a cooperation.
Okay, it's so much. I mean, it talks about what they want to do, and another thing in the offering is the fact that with Nigeria and Argentina are always almost in the same group at the World Cup. So Pinnick also wants to have another tie whereby we can have the Nigerian women's, talking about the Super Falcons, having to play with Argentina women, maybe just on a friendly basis if we can meet at the World Cup. But the men, we're tired of meeting them.
Yeah, what type of meeting? But they keep beating you, right? So is it not better? The more you meet them, the more you try to steal one or two tactics. But I think it's a good partnership. It's welcomed. And our football in terms of what we get here and what we have in the other parts of the country, the gulf is actually wide. So when we get to these tourneys, the World Cup, we tend to struggle. So I think this partnership will help us. The other time, we're doing business with La Liga these days. The ladies Super Falcons are going to Turkey to get some exposure. I think these are welcome development. But I think we need to also look at the area of grassroots development. That's where it comes. And that is the area the NFF, current NFF, have not really looked at. We need to, start from the scratch. Let these players, go through a process. Let's teach them football from the scratch, not just probably when it gets to these tourneys, we are going everywhere looking for, quick fix or ready-made and stuff like that. So I think this partnership is good. And some of our coaches as well, the ones who have in the local league, they need to probably go for training somewhere because tactically, some of them are still yet to come to grips with what we get. When we face some of these Northern African countries, we tend to struggle with their style of play, the intensity they bring to the fore. So we can do a lot more in terms of football development in the country.
You're spot on. I want to hope that this visit, Cecilia, leads to a proper strategic partnership and alliances with the Argentina FA as well too, because there's no point just visiting and
any answer?
Nah, doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, from what they've talked about, I think it doesn't end here. It's going to continue. Now, quickly talking about grassroots development, I mean, the under-15 promises is over. Katsina retaining the trophy they won. But then there's still talk coming up from there. The La Liga ambassador for Nigeria talking about Mutia Dekbuja has been talking about this, how successful it was. And also, Enugu hosted it, and the team manager of Enugu Rangers, they're really excited that something like this is happening, and they want it to just continue so we can have more footballers grown from the grassroots.
In Hossom, it's been great, and I mean 3 weeks of football almost every day, and the kids have enjoyed themselves, and they have proved, and they have we have seen talents, and I can just say that we have talent for the future. We can't be perfect in everything. Yes, there are still some things that we have to improve on, but definitely it has surpassed. We are improving, and it has surpassed. Let me just say expectation, because this is the first time we are hosting it in just one state, and which has been awesome, and everything has gone very well, and I think we can only continue to improve.
Development is at the core of football objectives for any nation, and the MPFL Under-15 La Liga tournament, for me, is a welcome development. It's been 3 years that the game has been on. Don't forget that as the team manager of the MPFL team, we feel that this is the best thing that has happened to Nigerian youth football. The under-15 guys, in as much as people have argued that some were slightly above, but you can't get it 100% all the time. And the fact that we had the national under-15 coach, Aruna Irelika, we had Austin Eguavon, we had Paul Ayobogun, Coach Salihu Abubakar, and the rest of the technically inclined persons in Nigerian football coming to see what's on ground here. And they picked some guys for the under-15, the under-17, and other youth team games. It means that there is a future for youth football in Nigeria.
Welcome back. You can talk to us on our Twitter handle. What do you think about we had Barakat Quadri in the studio talking about experience as a tennis player, what she had to go through as a tennis player. And, of course, PSG and Manchester City tonight to be at Etihad. Man City advantage 2-1. That's what they're taking into the game tonight. And the talk was about Will Mbappe defeat. In the first leg, no shot on goal. It was a hard one, a hard game for PSG when City came to Paris. Now, going to be the reverse fixture at Etihad tonight.
Yeah, the clash of the cash part too. We saw the drama, in France the other time. I think for Manchester City, it's a huge one for them. They have the advantage clearly, and I'm thinking to myself what Guardiola will be telling his fullback, because I saw them in their last game. They got stuck in their own half. It was uncharacteristic of City. They were more interested in let's keep Kylian Mbappe quiet in case they get a counter-attack. But it wasn't working. PSG started controlling the game, but for the first 45 minutes, Man City came back, turned the game on its head. There were little big tactical tweaks from Guardiola here and there. We saw the likes of Yao Cancelo coming into the midfield to do his inverted midfield job. And then, of course, Phil Foden became lively. They even got more possession, about over 60 so many possession. That was when they really were forced. So I would also like to think that Guardiola is going to be telling his boys, hey, go out there and play your football. That is what they need to do. You don't have to think about whatever PSG want to bring to the fore. Play your football, dominate proceedings as you do. We want to see the Manchester City that we know play their football in Premier League. So I think they're good to go. But the problem for City right now is that PSG are very good away from home. They went to Germany. They thumped Bayern Munich. The other couple of seasons ago, they beat Man United 3-1. And, of course, they went to Barcelona. They also trounced them there. So going away from home, they know how to do the job. But I think Guardiola have enough in his tank to, be able to navigate this one through. They're almost there, and I like the fact that he's going to tell the players, you need to keep calm because it's not yet over. PSG themselves have been accused of assembling expensive squad without having that team, as in a group of players you can call a team. So they have just individual players that can turn the tide on its head.
And there is really no hunger.
Yeah, well, there is hunger. I mean, getting to semi-final twice in the space of 12 months. I think the final, of course, they will look to it and say, yeah, we are gradually getting to the elite state of sport. They need to win it. So I think it's a fight to finish today. It's going to be quite interesting. Guardiola, don't think too much, don't tweak too much. He does that. We've seen him. He's well documented. He knows how to tweak and want to spoil the plan for the boys. So he's eager. He wants to win it. Despite the fact that he's not winning, but some of us still think that he's done something incredible with this Manchester City side over the years. But they must win it. They've splashed a whole lot of money, PSG as well. So at the end of the day, we look to see who takes the day.
We'll see. Fingers crossed. Indeed, let's get the pre-match thoughts from the two managers talking about the approach to the game tonight, Mauricio Pochettino and Pep Guardiola.
A lot about yesterday and today. Who we are, what do you have to do. It's not necessary to speak more about PSG because we played against them 1 week ago, and 1 week ago I spoke a little bit longer about them. Now it's not necessary, and just speak about us, and what you have to do, and we're going to try to do it. The second leg semi-final is always the toughest game, more than the final, and we're going to control our emotions, doing exactly what you have to do. And this is what I'm looking for, and try to convince the players that that is the best way to win this game.
We need to be ready to suffer in some period of the game, like when we have our chances. We need to be clinic and we need to be aggressive. And of course, it's a game that 90 minutes to play, that you need to finish on the end, winning the game, scoring twice, because we need 2 goals if we want to have the possibility to go through to the final. That is the objective, and we are going to try. They have an advantage 2-1 for them, and of course we need to take the risk. We need to be brave. We need to be aggressive, and we need to plan the game. Knowing that Manchester City is a team that can manage a different way to play, being clever and believing, and try to show our quality on the pitch.
PSG versus Manchester City. Advantage to the citizens tonight in the UEFA Champions League second leg semi-final clash. Adeze, quickly, let me just put you on the spot. Who's winning this one? I think I know who I'm choosing, but it's all about you anyway. So who's winning this one?
Wow, it's quite difficult to call. But I don't think Manchester City will want to ship more than 1 goal. The whole of the Champions League, since the Champions League started this season, they've conceded only 4. Their defense is quite stronger. Ruben Dias and John Stones, they've really been formidable, imagine keeping a player like Kylian Mbappe quiet for 90 minutes. He couldn't muster a shot.
Injury, right?
Well, he may not even play today. He's got this niggling calf issue, which I think Guardiola should be careful as well. It could be some sort of a plot to distract City. This player is not fit to play. Next thing, you're seeing him in the starting 11. So I think maybe City should go through, but I can't really see
score
if
line.
they win.
Come on.
Score line.
Yeah, it just beats
1-1.
1-1.
Yeah.
Okay, a draw. Okay,
draw.
1. That's a draw. Then City, of course, will go through if it's a draw. Okay, I'll just take a look at some tweets before we look at the papers. Ejike says, any Nigerian export in the field of sport should be celebrated. The Nigerian sports terrain is challenging. Barakat Quadri, we are proud of you. Keep pushing your limits, both as a winner and also a role model. That's so cute.
Yeah, very nice message. Noble Flyer Man as well. Guys, be ready for a shock tonight at the Etihad. Remember, PSG have been deadly on the road and very poor at home, even under Tuchel. I see PSG and Real Madrid. I see a PSG and Real Madrid final.
Okay. Law Alpha, I'll read the last one before we look at the papers quickly. PSG have to do the extraordinary to turn the table at the expense of Man City. I saw what Neymar Jr. said, but he should have known the mode of Pep and his boys, and more importantly, how they needed this title. Yes, PSG also, they do need a title.
Yeah, they do. Of course, we also got a message as well to Karov shouting out Baraka Quadri and Haddad especially.
Okay, time to look at the papers now. Starts with Complete Sports here. Complete Sports, EPL top race going to the wire. Yeah, that we know that. Ajayi on the brink of relegation with West Brom. That game ended 1-1. We expected a win from Sam Allardyce. Sam Allardyce, yeah, historic is going to be for him. He'll be relegated for the first time.
Yeah.
Coming out from retirement. You know,
looks that way, right?
How do you get 12 points in your next 4 games? That's what they need to have a chance. Not like he's going to clearly give them. Just have a chance, 12 points the next 4 games. Quite difficult, really. But I thought West Brom have really also pressed the self-destruct button. Sometimes they have opportunities. Starting with the game they played with Man United, where they got a 1-1 draw, they had chances to turn things around. But he goes to tell them to, you know, sit back in and defend, probably with sometimes teams have even a lot more smarter in terms of the counter-attack. They don't even give you the opportunity to counter-attack. So I think it backfired now.
It is. Osimhen, Ale's head injury fears, ready for Spezia game. Says Napoli will keep pushing for top 4. He wants to play in the Champions League. You have this Euro Golden Boot top 10. Yes, you have a Paul Onuachu there on 29 points. So race for him, it has cost Benzema, Harry Kane, and Lukaku. So he's closing down on the likes of Messi.
Who would have thought?
And Lewandowski. You could have thought.
Well, what a season now for Paul Onuachu. Let's go to Sporting Life quickly. Okay, that's not very good news. Referees are threatening to dump NPFL matches ahead of May 9 resumption. NFL 6 undisclosed. Vasquez rejects a move to Atletico Madrid. Ancelotti is in the news as well, so why he will be struggling. Napoli versus Pagliari. Osimhen says it's fine, suffered a head injury in that game.
And the last one,
as well.
Okay. Last one, Sporting Sun here. You have, Tobiloba Amuso emerges world's second fastest hurdler. Okay, that's what we'll leave it at. Thank you so much, Adesi, for coming on the program.
That was a pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you for watching as well. Enjoy the rest of your day. I am Tayo Salam.
I'm Cecilia Mogbe. Bye for now.